Welcome to Business Inside the Game. Welcome back. I'm your host, Baron Davis. Business Inside the Game is a platform for you, thought leaders, entrepreneurs, people with superpowers, sharing their ideas, their hows, their whys, and how they got tos. It's also a platform for us to amplify entrepreneurs, investors, and as an ecosystem and a membership club, we should be investing in the right people. We should be supporting the right people. We should be spotlighting the right people. And so that's why this platform is built for us and most importantly for you. And as you know, this podcast is filled with thought leaders. Today's guest, hailing from P-Town, Pomona, California, all the way to UCLA, bachelor's of arts in English, a master's degree in psychology, a licensed marriage therapist, a signature of self-awareness, the journey and the poster child of Business Inside the Game, understanding that basketball is a tool for education and a tool to understand who you can be and who you want to be. An entrepreneur, a philanthropist, a builder, an investor, a mother of three. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable Nina Westbrook. Woo! Come on.
Wow. I don't think I've ever had a better introduction.
That's what we do here. It's like, it's like running out. It's like running out the starting five, the lineup. So, that's.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That gives me a lot of anxiety hearing all of those things. I'm like,
all of those things are one, a part of your journey.
Yeah.
Right. Growing up, in Pomona. Right. I love Pomona, by the way.
That P-Town represents.
And, going to Diamond Ranch. Right?
Yep.
Then the UCLA.
Yep.
We were talking and, you were talking a little bit about, basketball, right? And how, basketball was a part of your life, not your life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Walk us through growing up, right? How basketball entered your life, but more importantly, like, who were the people that kind of created and molded you as you got before you got to UCLA?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to try to keep it concise.
Yeah.
So I grew up in Pomona,
Mm-hmm.
and sports was a huge part of my life growing up. I had 3 brothers, so I was the only girl.
Okay.
So we were in all of the sports always, as long as I can remember. There were no Barbies. If there was a Barbie in my house, the head would be gone within like minutes. So I kind of jumped on that bandwagon. My dad, he played, basketball, not anything professional, but he grew up in the streets of Philly playing at the park.
Oh, okay.
So that was his.
He would play in the park in Pomona?
No, my dad is from Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
So he grew up, he played in Philadelphia.
Got it.
We did play in the park though. We played at LA Fitness.
Okay,
we were that
LA
family
runs.
at LA Fitness with my 3 brothers and the girl on the team, me, and we would be smashing on everybody.
Yeah, I had y'all 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, just squad.
Exactly. And so my mom, she could care less about sports. I remember some of my memories from growing up. My mom would be at the games, like she'd be at UCLA reading a book at my game.
I love that.
Like she was like, this is not
Yeah.
my life. She, but what I do remember, she always instilled in me how important education was. And so for her, me playing basketball, she always saw that as like a hobby, and it took a lot of convincing to get her to understand that it's actually a tool that I could use to get a better education and earn a scholarship and go to a school or university like UCLA, which my parents couldn't afford at the time. So once she was on board with that, it was great. She was very supportive.
Yeah.
And I think that just growing up being the only girl, I was very, I just was, I had a really good support system around me and my brothers and my dad. They instilled so much confidence in me and told me I was amazing and the best thing since sliced bread every day, to the point where it was extremely annoying.
Yeah.
And now, as I'm an adult, and I feel so confident in the decisions that I'm making, and I'm able to really prioritize myself and my needs, and in order to cope and make it in this big business of sports, right? I feel like that's been the most important thing that my family has been able to instill in me growing up.
I love that. And then talk about UCLA, right? Because I think when you get to college, it's like UCLA was difficult for me because I got injured my freshman year. I came in with all these expectations, you know what I mean, of what college was, what I was going to be in college. And when I got there, there was a lot of sorting out to do. Can you talk about like UCLA and like when you got there, how basketball became that tool for you?
Yeah, so my experience was a little different. I came, like, everything in life had come so easy to me at that point. I was a very hard worker, and I'm a Capricorn. I'm just very, always been very driven and motivated by success and whatever that meant to me at the time. And so by the time I got to UCLA, everything was simple. You know, I played well, kicked ass. I was on the floor. It was fun, right?
Yeah.
Sports was fun until I got to UCLA. And then when you are put in a situation where now you're saying, well, everybody is good.
Yeah.
Everybody is working hard, and yeah, you're on the same team, but there's that competition factor that lies within, and all of the challenges and the different personalities and the different goals and the different dreams, and trying to like mesh everything together in that type of team environment at the collegiate level. That was challenging. I was like, I felt like I came in very green and didn't quite understand how the world works, which most of us don't. Going into we think we might know. And I feel like my experiences at UCLA, I also dealt with injuries. I had 2 labrum tears.
Wow.
While I was there. I was rehabbing in the summer. So that was 2 summers of trying to get back.
Yeah.
Rather than 2 summers of trying to
Get
exceed
better. Yeah.
what the previous
Totally.
expectation of me was. I also experienced a coaching change. So that's a really big deal in college sports.
Yeah.
Because when you're recruited, which I was at an early age, I think I committed to UCLA my junior year.
Oh, wow.
And you are coming in thinking you're going to be with one set of coaches who believe in you. They saw this in you, which is why they wanted you there. And then you get a whole different set of coaches.
Yeah.
And they have their own recruits. They have their
thing.
own ideas of what they see being best for the team. And so you kind of have to then pivot and figure out how to manage all of the frustrations and the feelings that go along with that. And the biggest thing and the biggest takeaway that I got from UCLA is like just having the flexibility to be able to pivot and being resilient and trying to find the will to continue to work hard and not let the circumstances around you impact who you are or what you want or what you believe in.
Because like a lot, and just to like drill down on what you're saying, like, because a lot of, like, now this new regime is in, you got everyone has a personal agenda, right? Or a personal goal. And now you have everyone trying to get to the WNBA, right? And then it's like, well, I don't want to play in the WNBA.
No.
Right? No. Like that's not my goal.
No.
funny. I had a friend in high school, and I was like, "Come on, man! Like, let's go to these camps." Like, he was like, "Dude, I am not trying to play in the NBA. I'm trying to get an education, and this is cool. But for you, go ahead.
Yeah.
Like live that dream. Like,
Yeah.
how was that decision? And it seems like, because as you talk, it's like this constant thread of like self-awareness, right? And like coming in knowing that education is my first and foremost, like how I'm going to better myself here, right? At that moment, like walk me through that moment where it was like, all right, new coach, making these adjustments, right?
I mean, I feel like it was hard. At the time, I didn't know, I hadn't been faced with any real challenges like
Right.
this before. So I didn't quite know what I was going to do. But I was able to lean on my support system, my family, my mom, my dad, my brothers, and my boyfriend at the time to sort of help assure me that things were going to be fine. But at the same time, my mom's messaging has always been the same and has always stuck with me, is that you have to get an education, and through that you can kind of choose and make the decisions that you want and build the life for yourself that you want. I think a huge, I don't want coaches to be mad at me, but I think that so many of the youth in sports are taught to believe that sports is it. Like that's the only thing that they have. And therefore it puts a lot of pressure, and there's so many symptoms that come from that, especially now in like these kids. We got Twitter and no, we got what did we get? I don't know if we got Instagram. We were like the practice dummies. Like, do you know how many people went down based off of comments and things they were saying on social media? That was my group.
Yeah.
Like, people didn't know yet. Like, you can't just say anything.
You're right.
So they practiced that on us. And, but all of the outside pressure that comes in, and I always knew that I had to control the things that I can control. And not to say that sports was just all bad or all difficult or challenging. I think it was a good challenge because there are so many skills and life skills that you learn through playing sports, like perseverance and how to make pivots and how to change, how to work with other people. You're learning to communicate with your peers, your teammates, your coaches, in a positive way or in a way that reaches them and gets them to be aligned with you and your goals to win as a team, right? And so there's so many skills that you learn to self-discipline. You've got to balance schoolwork with practice, with your social life, with your romantic life, with
you figuring it out,
family life. You're just trying to do everything all at once. And I remember a big part of the fears that came along with being a student athlete was like, well, if we don't make it to the highest level, if we don't get to that next point, what am I going to do after this? I don't have that job experience. My resume doesn't say that I've been working in the bank or whatever the case may be. And so that fear of not knowing what life could be like outside of sports adds that extra layer of pressure, right?
Totally.
But realistically, how many people go on to play professional sports?
That is exactly what business inside the game is, right? Is understanding that, there's a small percentage of people that are actually going to play in the NBA. And, I think that's something I realized when I was playing was like, holy shit, like, these people are going to outlast me. Like, I'm going to come through this factory and I can't not learn everything or not be nosy and learn what everybody does. Because I need to have, at the end of the day, I can always get a job back in the, back in the place. I wanted to pivot a little bit to now, right? Going through, this figuring it out, then discovering. Now, getting your master's in psychology, becoming a licensed therapist, marriage therapist. Like, talk me through that, and talk me through like how, college and, your pivot. How are you helping, others to, kind of figure out their self-discovery, right?
Yeah, so I think that it's an a forever evolving door, or this idea that things are never going to be constant, and when they are, you can look forward to there being a change soon, is something I had to adopt. And I used to be very, I don't want to say type A,
Okay.
but I like
Not bad.
structure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not bad
I
at
like
all.
to know what I'm doing
Yeah.
next week, and what's coming. Right? I used to be a planner. I'm married to an NBA basketball player who has,
Schedule is set.
we know, like, we don't know where we're gonna be.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he can-
his mantra is "Why not," which just means that anything is possible. So now, like, try to lock me in on a date for next month, and I'm like, I don't know if I can commit. But I think that what I learned.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. I have anxiety.
It's like, why not? Like, I need to plan.
Yeah, no, so I don't anymore. Like, I don't plan anymore.
That's awesome.
But it's kind of hard though, because I never know what's going to come, but I've learned to find peace in that. So now I've gotten to the place where I've decided I started working inpatient. I started working in schools as a therapist, and that was a great experience. But because of moving around, my dream was always to open a private practice. My life and the circumstances around that have kind of put that dream on hold. So I had to figure out a way to connect with people and to do the thing that I love in the situation that I'm in, right? So I'm like, I need to get online. And that's what led me to start or to create Benet, which is a digital wellness community online.
Yep. Which provides transformative wellness experiences, a holistic approach to mental, physical, and emotional well-being.
Yeah. I think that through wellness workshops, and I have a podcast, that I'm able to share the information regarding mental health and wellness, and help break the stigma, and just share easy, relatable information that people can digest and not feel intimidated by, and they can see themselves in the content that we share, and they're able to apply mental health concepts without feeling the stigma behind it. And so that was really important to me, especially in communities of color. There's still we're making progress, but there's still such a stigma behind mental health. And I think my goal has been to find ways to share the mental health, the importance of the mental health and wellness messaging without making it feel preachy. Yeah, I'm not really good at telling people what to do, because I want everyone to do whatever it is they want to do.
But
right?
I think it's great because you're providing a landscape where it's almost like people now want to discover. They want to fall into conversations. They want to be fly on the walls in conversations. And so providing the information, right, and personalization within the information is what makes the platform, what makes it tick, right?
Yeah.
And it's a part of who you are. And as an entrepreneur, just talk about like that process, right? Of being able to take what you want to solve, right? And then apply that into Benet, right? And then, to also be able to now go back to like planning, managing, as you build a business? How does that life look like?
It's a bit chaotic. I mean, I walked in and I saw all of your business
Yeah,
logos outside in the courtyard. And so you understand
totally.
that it's a little like this.
Yep.
And there's a lot of trial and error. And I think that one of the biggest lessons that I've learned is that I've got to be able to surround myself with people who know way more than I do.
Totally.
And I still feel comfortable with the value that I bring to anything that I'm going to do. Because I have a unique voice and I have a unique message and mission. And it's mostly about collaboration for me. And I feel like if you can find the relationships that align with you, and you can share the same goals and visions and similar values, then you're going to find success in whatever it is that you do. It's less about filling in spaces and filling in people to do something, and
Yeah.
more about having a collective dream and goal that people are really going to be motivated and want to work hard for, because it's hard and there's a lot of hours that go into building a business and building a brand. And if you don't love it, it's going to be really hard to endure all the challenges that you are sure to face. There are going to be failures, and there has to be some fire and some type of motivation to help bring you back to that why and keep you moving forward. And I ask myself all the time, why the hell am I doing all of this? Like, why am I doing this to myself?
I was literally about to ask you why,
Yeah.
why, and then how, right? Because, one, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out here. There's a lot of, married women with kids who are trying to balance. And, not only are, you have this research and this background of, wellness and holistic, mental health, right? But then also on the creative side, right? And then on the parenting side, and then as a wife, right? And it's, I still drill on this self-awareness, right? Because there has to be like this beautiful balance. What is the thing that keeps it all together that you can share, with a lot of our members out here?
Honestly, I think there are many things. First of all, I believe that I am doing what I'm called to do. And it comes naturally to me. It's not even something that I truly, truly enjoy, is like being in front of a camera. Like I said, I don't like to lecture and I don't like to tell people what to do, but I do love to connect with people and share valuable resources
Right.
that I think that we can all learn and grow from. My support system, I'm able to build like a family. It takes a village to
It
raise
totally
kids,
does.
right?
Yep.
So one of the things that is beneficial for us being back home is I have my mom and I have my in-laws, I have my brother and I have support.
Everybody. Yeah.
Everybody. I'm like, can you pick the kids
Yeah.
up from school?
They would love to.
Yeah, like that's really important. I have a nanny. I'm so blessed and fortunate to be able to have someone who I can bring in to help me love my kids.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for them to have experiences with other people, because there are other people in their lives that can teach them important lessons
Totally.
that I can't. So I don't see it as time missed. I see it as me expanding their palette, in so to speak. And I have a supportive partner who is totally on board with all of my dreams, but
He's
will
amazing.
tell me, he's
He's
but
so
he
amazing.
he does so much stuff. Like,
Yeah.
can you like even imagine him telling me I can't, like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, you're doing too much. Like, I think we're both doing too much all the time. So we kind of really connect in that.
Yeah.
But we, underneath it is this like overlying, like there's this need and this pull to want to like serve our communities and be a part of our communities and uplift our communities in the best way that we can. given all that we have been so fortunate and blessed to come across in our lives. And I think that that's the pull and that's the motivation. And also I'm like I said, I'm a very motivated person, and
Right.
what fulfills me is being able to do the work that I love. Not it has nothing to do with, like, imagine stay at home moms. I
Yeah.
can't, like, listen, that is the toughest work that any person
I
could
can
ever
imagine.
do.
I can imagine.
And
The
some people are
pandemic proved
thriving.
that.
Yeah, teachers,
Yeah,
please.
yeah,
Like, these are
yeah.
people are dealing with our kids every day,
Totally,
and we can
totally.
they come home for a few hours, and we're like, when is the
When do we?
morning?
Yeah. When do you go back to school? When
Yes.
is the summer over?
I don't even care about a summer
Yeah.
break anymore. I don't need summer break.
Yeah.
So I just think that having a community, and like like even in communities of color, Black women specifically and especially, you know, there's this culture of having to be everything for everyone and do everything and carry all of the weight of the family and keep the family together and be the matriarch and take care of the family. There's so many people who are relying on us constantly. And I think that there has to be that level of awareness and understanding that you have to take care of yourself first before you can then take care of
Bingo.
others. So doing what I love is me taking care of myself.
I love that. And then, talking about just all the many things that you have going on. You have something new. You brought a gift.
I did.
Do
Semi
tell.
new.
Do tell.
Yes. So do tell conversation card game
Uh-oh.
is like,
I love this.
yeah, so
Conversation card game.
there it is.
Oh, this is great.
So essentially, I have my podcast. I have Benet
Yep.
by Nina online, and I have Do Tell card game. And for me, Do Tell conversation card game, actually, it stems from my early years of dating my husband, where he had zero to say ever. Like, as you can see, I like to talk.
Yes.
He was like, yeah,
Yep. Cool.
that's it. And I'm like, nothing? You have nothing? No thoughts? So we would do this thing where we would ask each other questions, and it was a way for me to get like deeper into his psyche and understand like what drives him and what he wants and
That's so awesome.
what his dreams are and what he dislikes. He's even like, he doesn't, like, he won't even engage in talking trash. Like, he doesn't talk about things that he doesn't like. And I'm like, don't you want to vent with
He's
me?
like, I would say he's like the sweetest kid I've ever met. He's like, he's been the same person
Yeah.
from the time I saw him in the gym working on his game. Like, he's just, nothing has changed. He's just the sweetest dude. I think it's a Bruin thing.
Yeah.
Right,
Even though he was only there for a few hours.
Yeah, like 2 years, right?
Okay, so this conversation card game is like, I developed this to be a more fun and engaging way for people to connect.
Yeah.
And just learn more about each other, discover more about themselves. And it's actually been really amazing to see
This is awesome.
the impact that it's had on people.
I feel like these would be, well, I want these. I'm going to start using these at our big mixers and things like that. This is the ultimate conversation game.
Yes. Okay, wait, I'm nervous though. What is the question?
What does having a good life mean to you?
Oh, I love that question. Ooh. I think I've been through so much and my short amount of years. You know, everything gets like fast forwarded, right? And what I've learned is the most valuable thing that we have, or that I have, is my faith and my family and my friends. Just like love.
That's amazing.
like unconditional kind of love.
This is a great game. You want to ask me a question?
Yeah, sure.
Keep it cool.
Keep it cool.
So you got keep it cool. You got
The spice things
up,
up.
and you got
The one good deed
Come
deck.
on, this is the perfect. This needs to be a podcast game.
I don't like this question for you.
Uh-oh.
Can I skip it?
Yep. Please.
No. No.
I'm nervous now.
It's keep it cool. It's the keep it cool.
Yeah.
It's not. Nothing is out of line.
But you can skip if you want.
No. Okay. Imagine you had the entire day to yourself. How would you spend it?
Playing video games.
The whole day?
I would get a massage.
Okay.
You know, I would basically.
Now you're talking.
I would do what I would live like an NBA player for one. If I could live like a day, I would live like an NBA player.
Like luxury.
I go work out, get a massage. What else do they do? Eat for free. Eat an amazing home cooked meal. I would take a nap. I would get like a good 2-hour nap, and then I would wake up, and the only thing I wouldn't have to do is actually play the game. I would get dressed up. You know what I mean? I can go sit on the bench. That would be like, that'd be the ultimate. That would be the ultimate.
And collect the check.
Yeah, if I can get a check for one game, oh my God, come on. I take my kids with me too. Oh, y'all gonna pay me to do this? Come on, kids. Load up, shit. Load up the van, we cracking. Daddy's back at it. Like, Dad, you got cut. Shit, don't even worry about it, man.
Oh my God.
This 10 days gonna last us the next 10 years of our lives. The way these dudes getting paid. Okay, I need to stop.
Okay,
This ain't gonna get me closer to no tryout.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Look at how much that one question, how much joy that brought you.
No, this is an amazing game. I think we need to have this as a part of Big. I'm telling you, these are our icebreakers. This is how we're doing the big mixers. This is how we're gonna. We should have these in our gifting suite for our.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
And if for professional settings, stick to the keep it cool.
Yeah, we'll keep it cool for all professional settings. Y'all can use this in your homes with your friends. But we will have some of these in our gifting suite. I want to, boom. So do tell.
Yes.
One, thank you. Just thank you for your honesty. Just
Sure.
thank you for your insight. I feel like I've learned a lot. I'm definitely gonna use that because I am like one of those people. Like, I talk a lot, but I don't really be saying shit. You know what I mean? I just be like talking in circles and be like, what was I talking about before? So I kind of like asking questions because it helps me learn. But no, I'm excited for all the work that you're doing with Benet.
Thank you.
This is excellent. I mean, when you talk about like what people need, like we don't talk. Mm-hmm. We social media, and I think now AI and everything that everybody is talking about trends, we never get underneath the surface. Mm-hmm. And I thank you for that because like that is something that we must push each other.
Right.
In our personal relationships, in our friend relationships, even in our business relationships. So I'm obsessed with this game already. It gets people talking.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing that brings us together as a community is like when we can see and recognize that the similarities that we share, and we can also learn through each other's vulnerabilities that we are more alike than we are different. So it brings people and all of us closer together.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The art of self-awareness, the instrument of communication, the understanding of pivoting for yourself, and you can't be anything for anybody until you are your holistic self. Mm-hmm. I would like to thank you, Nina, for coming on our show. I mean, this has been an honor for me as a Bruin, as an entrepreneur, as a philanthropist, as a creator. This is a dope game show, by the way.
Everyone gives me so many tips.
This is a game
Every
show.
time.
I want to like be the host of this game show.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. And, you know, I would say last, I'm going to ask you my last question is there's this I in business inside the game. And it's the intangible. And it's that transferable skill. What is that for you?
Oh my gosh. Can I say two?
Absolutely.
Resilience. They kind of go together, and perseverance.
Absolutely.
Because life is hard.
Yep.
And you got to keep at it to get to where you want to be and to achieve your goals, no matter how hard.
The incomparable Nina Westbrook.
Thank you so much.
This has been Business Inside the Game. I'm your host, Baron Davis. Next time.